I noted two of my favourite comments. Please don't bring that white guy back on the show. And also, where's the money? Where's the money? We use the money in all our thumbnails, but where's the money? But yeah, Nems, where are you, mate? Now, before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so you know when we upload. Goeiedag and welcome back to Rugby Heads, brought to you by the Pig Athletic Club, where we cover all things in the world of rugby. My name is Sione, and joining me is, he's back again, our women's rugby expert, Josh Tungiri, and the most hated person in South Africa at the moment after last week's show, Alex Ironside. Welcome back, mate. Welcome back.
You cocks. Oh, you cocks.
Hey. Don't jump the gun, mate. Don't jump the gun. Make sure you like and subscribe and help support the pod. We had a lot of hate in the comments. Well, not hate, a lot of feedback last week, which we listen and we don't judge. But we'll get into that in our try or no tries. But let's start the show with a positive. JT, who was your top performer of the week?
My top performer from the Women's World Cup, Canada, Sophie De Goede. Look, I know Justine Peltier, she got player of the match, but I think without Sophie De Goede there, she wouldn't have been able to play the way that she did. And she just got nominated for World Player of the Year. And against the Black Ferns, you could see why. 17 carries, 40 meters, three defenders beaten, 19 tackles, three conversions, and just throw in a try there as well. So Sophie De Goede, my performer of the week, but she'll probably be close to player of the tournament too for me.
Yeah, mate, she was outstanding. I tuned in at halftime after I saw the score, and I was like, what's going on? And then I thought they were going to come back, but it wasn't to be. But yeah, she was insane. She was one of those players that were like, holy. Amazing. But yeah, we'll get into it in the Rugby World Cup wrap-up. Alex, who was your top performer of the week? And if you say Simon Parker, mate, I think this is going to be your last chance.
I just wanted to probably say like Artie Sevilla, probably from the week before, was so much better. Oh shit, sorry, fuck. I don't know. I'll get into it. Don't worry about that. But look, any chance I get, I try and pick them. Former Norse player, former employee of me, Max Bury. Mate, killed it. Like watching him play, all the group chats have been going off, going fuck. If we had him in the finals for North, I think it would have been different gravy for us. He's killing it, man. I was going to get some stats up. JT's always good with the stats, but played well, kicked well, man. Just, you know, when you're playing good footy, none of us really on this pod would know, but when you're playing good footy like that in the backs and the bounce of the ball goes the right way, and he was just everywhere the last 2 weeks. And the Western Force looked good. But probably because they have not that many people playing for the Wallabies. But, like, it's good. Western Force always tend to do well in these comps. When it was NRSP with the Perth Spirit, they always did well. So it's good to see rugby's alive and well in the West.
Yeah, for majority of our listeners and viewers from South Africa, Alex is talking about Super Rugby Australia on at the moment. It's our equivalent of the Curry Cup, but they're just using the Super Rugby teams. And yeah, I also
and better to watch. Like, you know,
whoa. Get him in the comments. Get him in the comments. But mine was also from the Super Rugby Australia. James Hendren from the Waratahs. I only tuned in to watch our Pack Pathways, Pack Barbars rep James McGregor, who was on the bench, and I was waiting for him to come on for James Hendren, but Hendren went on one. He scored 4 tries against a pretty experienced Reds outfit. So, mate, I think he came out of school probably 2 or 3 years ago, and was one of those kids that wanted to stay in rugby at NRL clubs after him, but he did his time at the Wicks, and it's good to see him doing well. So yeah, that was our top performers of the week. Let us know your top performers from Curry Cup, since Alex missed it, in the comments. And now let's get into the juicy try or no tries. Before Alex starts his therapy session, JT, you got any tries or no tries of the week?
Well, yeah, my try was actually going to be all the South African supporters, you know. I was reading all the comments and some of them were hilarious. So if you want to keep roasting him, feel free. But yeah, they got my try of the week. Them alongside just the women's World Cup. All in all, has been a great spectacle. Some of the rugby on display there has been really good, top notch quality. And mate, I just can't wait for this final this weekend. Sold out at Twickenham, so it's been a great spectacle. If you've been over and watched the game or watched on TV, good on you for supporting women's rugby. It's been really good. They're my tries for the week. For no tries, Samoa rugby. I know we got no Samoans on our on our panel. I don't know, Sione, you're half Samoan, aren't you?
No, mate.
Mate, what is going on there? Something needs to happen there at the top, or at the bottom, wherever. They need to start somewhere. Yeah. But mate, you can't be drawing against Chile. All due respect to Chile, but Samoa's supposed to be a powerhouse, in the Pacific Islands. So that's a little bit disappointing to see. Some of my Samoan mates I was talking to, they actually said this is a good thing, so they can realize how deep in shit they are, and they can sort of, work to get something done and sort of restart that up again. But Samoa no good. And then just the last no try for me, just the communication around the Wallabies with James O'Connor. Mate, he's had to fly to Europe, go back there, and then all of a sudden, well, not even 24 hours later, gets a call. He has to come back to Australia. So all up, I think it was about a 50-hour round trip just for him to go there and come back. So just a bit of a communication breakdown there with the Wallabies, and I think the Leicester Tigers where he plays in England. But hopefully it works in our favour because we get to have him against the All Blacks. So I guess we're not complaining.
Yeah. Mine was also, I only had one, and it was also the same as JT's first one. I was reading the comments, just going crazy and happy that was helping the algorithm. But yeah, I noted two of my favourite comments. Please don't bring that white guy back on the show. And also, where's the money? Where's the money? We use the money in the dollar in all our thumbnails, but where's the money? But yeah, Nems, where are you, mate? Let's get your digicels.
That's a no try, Nems.
Yeah. What happened when you went over there, mate? I haven't heard from him.
Mate, he reckons he's got no Wi-Fi there. Come on.
But yeah, Alex, we'll give you the mic now and say sorry or not.
So try me and JT's cousin, Mark Nunga Wanga. I can't even do it. I've never been able to do his name. I should have just called him Marky Mark. I've tried. Blocker Roach in rugby league is so excited that he's left rugby league because now he doesn't have to pronounce his name. But Marky Mark's back. Mate, he might be struggling to get a spot in the Wallabies starting lineup at the moment. Couple of the best wingers in the world Australia's got, better than Cheslin Colby.
He's on drugs.
Sorry,
he's on drugs.
My note try is just how sensitive, the South African fans are. And so there's this thing we do in our schools called comprehension. And when you listen to something, you listen to the whole sentence, not just the start of it. So I didn't do the week before, so I said time park over 2 weeks where the All Blacks flogged you the week before and then you flogged them. So let's just clarify that. Secondly, it was a fucking boring game for no one that had a dog in the race because you just ran away with it. There was so much drop ball. Of course you're going to sit in the comments go, oh, it was such a good game. Fuck off. It was a shit game to watch. It was wet. There was heaps of drop ball, heaps of high ball. Typical. I'll double down on it. So you know what? I love the South Africans. I got around you. We were buddies in the World Cup. I was going in the battlefield for the Irish, but one little comment, and then to call me, maybe this is a bit of a political problem, but to say that white guy, look, I don't see colour. Everyone here's pink on the inside, so there's obviously bigger issues going on over there. For you guys, so I'm glad the internet's back up online over there. But I kept putting the windows up in Sydney because there seems to be more South Africans in Sydney than the whole of South Africa. So it's good to be back.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I may as well top it off and just dig myself a bigger hole. But what type of language is Afrikaans? I can't tell if it's Dutch, German, or whatever. Just get a better. What's a cuck? Get a better one.
Mate. I can't wait for the...
There you go. If we don't get 100,000 views this week, I don't know what will. You're welcome.
Oh, this is great. I should probably edit all that out, but let the boy watch, mate. Let the boy watch the comments after this.
But look.
You started a war.
It's fine. Miles away. I don't really care. I just won't go to St Ives in Sydney. I'll just avoid the North Shore in Sydney. But no, let's get to the games at hand. I like a good game of rugby.
Yeah.
I don't like games that they blow out, and that was more my point than anything. And it's a bit of fun in the comment section. I think I started reading it after a big night on the beers as well, so I was just raging. I've got it out now. Can breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah, nice, man.
And we've got a great week of Super Rugby Australia. The Curry Cup happened on the weekend. I did actually watch some of it. Bit of controversy at the end there, and we're ready to go. Bledisloe Cup coming back to Australia.
Hey, JT, who's in whose head? Who's in whose head? I can't read it now.
Damn, in my head.
All right.
Oh, mate, all I know is I'm leaving. You guys will be right.
Oh man! Oh wow! Now the Saffers will understand when I did that intro last year why I called you a biscop. So yeah, man, it was good, mate. Entertaining. It's good for the algorithm, mate. Good for the algorithm.
Yeah.
Now, like Lex said, let's get into the juicy stuff. Let's get into the rugby. We'll start off with the Springboks and the Los Pumas over in Durban. Los Pumas travel over to South Africa. JT, start with you, mate. Key matchups to look forward to, and who wins and why?
Well, yeah, it'd be a tough one. Both teams coming off great wins against the All Blacks and Wallabies, respectively. But Rassie will be very big on consistency, so he'll want to keep that form going. So whoever he picks this week, it's a lottery. It's a lottery. But I really like Damien Valemsa at 12 and his combination with Kane and Moody. Just his skill and his size at 12, and he's really causing havoc against the All Blacks there. So. I do hope they go with that same centre pairing of Willemse and Kane and Moody, but I do know there's obviously Deolende and Jesse Creel as well to come back. So who knows who Rassie will pick.
Yeah.
In terms of the Pumas, mate, they're playing some really good rugby at the moment. Brilliant brand of attacking footy. And on top of that, the Boks need to be wary of their discipline because Carreras will punish you as he did against the Wallabies. I think how penalty goals he kicked 7 or 8. But, mate, I'm really happy with the way the Pumas are playing. But I just think the Boks are another level. They're back at home in front of their faithful. So I've got them 13 plus. I don't know about you, Lecky.
I don't know if we.
I just thought I'd try and get them back on our side.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they don't try and poison the food like they did in the '95 World Cup to the All Blacks. Sorry, man.
Sorry. Get it.
Sorry. Well, yeah, the returning World Cup champs against the Argies. I think the Argies look really good, but I think it will be a shit kicking. I think that Staffers look good. They look good in that last game against the All Blacks. It seemed to click for them in the second half. When I was waking up in between penalties and drop balls, but no, I'll stop now. I don't know who they're going to pick, and that's the beauty of what they've got. They got they go down to the fourth string side that could beat anyone on their day. And man, I just love Rassie. I wish Rassie would retire from South African rugby and maybe go coach Samoa because I think he could coach any side. He could coach any side to a World Cup win. I think he's the X factor. We talk about the players and stuff, but man, I'd love to watch the game and then just have a player cam with the box. And just watch Razzie's reaction to everything because I don't know why he has a chair because he seems to just be up and down the whole game. And some of those tables that he's in those boxes where he smacks, they must be made of rock hard steel because, mate, he's the difference in that South African side. And you saw it from the week before to the second week with the South Africans. Argies, I didn't think they were too convincing here to warrant beating South Africa in South Africa, but man, I think that come World Cup time in a couple of years, I think Argentina will be right up there, and they could go pretty deep. They've got a nice they're building quite nicely.
Yeah, I actually think Argies are a danger team. You mentioned that you didn't see them so convincing. I thought they were better than the Wallabies in both games here in Australia. They probably should have won that first game. They earned that second game as well. So I think the Springboks need to be wary. I think they need to have that big Big Border on the bench in the sec. Oh, he can play in the back row and in the centres. Esterhuizen off the bench. He showed what he can do against the All Blacks. But yeah, I don't see the Springboks sort of fumbling after they've fumbled against the Wallabies and the All Blacks in the first game. So I don't see it happening. But I am going to be cheering for the RGs. I just love the underdogs, and I love the way they're sort of playing at the moment too, especially Pablo. That'll be a good one. But yeah, this is also a reminder for me to edit all the Alex sucking off the Springboks just in his little section there. So
comment down below. Look, he said, he's going for the Argentinians. I can't believe it.
I'll be going for the Pumas, but I see a big
Puma pants.
I see a big win from the South Africans, 13 plus. You boys see what's the scoreline for you guys?
Yeah, 13 plus.
Yeah.
So we'll lock in 13 plus to the Box in the first game. Now, game of the round, and this could be the Hoodoo is up in Eden Park. JT, key matchups to look forward to, and who wins and why?
Oh, mate. Well, these two teams, they're both coming off losses. So I think although the All Blacks will be feeling it a lot more because, mate, their media is just hammering them. They're even hammering the Black Ferns for losing the semi-final, which is crazy. but they got beaten by a record scoreline, and I don't think that'll work in the Wallabies' favour. It's not often you see the All Blacks losing 2 games in a row, especially after what happened last week in Wellington. So they would have had a week off, time to reassess, and I think they're boosted by the return of Cam Roigard.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be back along. I think Ratim is back as well.
Yeah.
And then Tuipulotu and Cody Taylor. So they got some cavalry coming back. But in saying that, the Wallabies also, they have Tom Liner and Ikitau back as well, available for selection. So I thought Edmund, he was all right against Argentina, but I just think we needed a bit of someone more, I can't say experience, but I want to put Liner there, but just a bit of a cooler head, or just lead that team around a little bit better. I think he was a little bit out of his depth, but obviously if you keep playing him there, he's going to learn. So it's a hard one there for the coaches. But I'm looking forward to the battle of the midfields from both sides. Obviously, you got Geordie Barrett, and it'll be interesting who they go for at outside centre, Anton Leonard-Brown or Proctor. So, and then they'll be up against either Paisami, who I thought he was excellent against Argentina. So, but then you got Ikitau coming back, who probably partner Swali at 13. So it'll be interesting, that matchup in the midfield. And I think whoever gets on top there will win the game. And I think Nems called it at the start of this year that the Hoodoo would be broken. I just think he got the teams wrong. I think South Africa didn't beat it, but I think the Wallabies will. So I've got Wallabies 1 to 12, boys.
Let's go. Alex doesn't. He looks like his mana side's kicking in. Your thoughts, mate? Okay, all right.
No. Actually, I get on an aeroplane and head to Auckland on Thursday for my uncle's 60th, and tried to work out my best way to try and get to Eden Park to it, but chose family over rugby, which would be the first for anything. But I think that I've convinced myself that I'd love to see Hunter, Ikitau in the centres together, and Big Joey at fullback. I don't think it'll happen, but I think that why would we not go against the All Blacks? We've kind of, in a way, got nothing to lose because we've never won it in a long time. Why wouldn't we just go out there and have a crack and so put our best players on the field? Not necessarily in their position, but just get them out there. I think that we look really bad under the high ball. I brought that up last time, and I think that at Eden Park, guaranteed that it'll be cold. There'll be a bit of a breeze. I'd love to see that happen. I don't think it will. I forgot that what JT said, that Roigard's back, the best 9 in the world, in my opinion, other than DuPont. That makes me nervous, but I honestly think the battle is going to be how well Harry Wilson and the back 5, not necessarily the front row, but that back 5 can run the ball against Artie and all those. Artie is always good over the ball. I think if Wilson and McWright can have a battle against those boys that go against Simon Parker, sorry for saying his name, and Artie Savia, I'd love to see what go open. And I'd love someone to just I rate it, and I love what he does, Tupavai. He gets all in his face. When the Saffers shut him down last week, the All Blacks team looked different, and they started to piss off the guys in his team when he was getting chirpy. I'd like to see Lucan start straight into Supervisor's face, and I think that Wallabies are going to win by 3 points, and it's going to be a kick at the death from Tom Liner on the 10 metres in on the 40 to win the game.
Good point. Good point. I think kicking's been the difference for the Wallabies. And by Tom Liner kicking, are you saying he's on the bench and Jock's starting?
I think he plays the whole game. I think you have to play a whole game. I think if he can control the game, then why would you take him off? And that's the only way I see the Wallabies winning is if they have the same guy playing 10 the whole game.
JT, thoughts on the 10?
Yeah, I'd love to see Liner start, but I love having O'Connor there on the bench. Just that his experience, and he done it this year with the Crusaders. Every time he came on, he just he guided them to that victory in the end there. So I think having someone of that caliber. I know what you're saying, Alex.
Could he play 12? Could he come on and play 12?
Well, that's the other thing as well. If having him on the bench, he can cover that 10, 12, even fullback, if need be. But just to have him there as an experienced guy coming off, even if Liner comes off, someone, if they're going to kick a penalty in the 80th minute, someone with the nerves of O'Connor, that's who you'd want kicking. So, it could go either way, but I prefer him on the bench.
Right. Do you remember that, back in the day when it was Larkham and Giddo, and it was almost like you had 2 10s, but then 2 guys that could play 12? I feel like that was always and even with the All Blacks when they'd have Carter at 12 and there's multiple different 10s at times. I feel like towards the end of the game that could be crucial because you can have 2 blokes pinning corners at the end of the game. I don't know. I don't know why we went away from that in rugby, but that's how I'd love us to go with a big team in our middle, in the backs to start, and then maybe we taper it off at the end. But, who knows? It's exciting. I think it'll be a good game. I just don't think both teams will kick well, and they'll eventually we'll have to attack.
Yeah.
Also, another big loss as well. Rob Valentini got ruled out as well. Pete Samuels replaced him in the squad. So it'd be interesting who they go with at 6 as well. I think they've been going Tom Hooper, but like you said, having a bigger body there might be the way to go against the ABs. So I'm hoping Pistol gets his shot at 6 there.
We look good. The Lions games where we had a massive pack, we just look so much better. I don't know. We never have a big pack. I feel like the Wallabies never pick a big pack, and I feel like, I don't know. That's just how it looks to me. Every time we have big body, we seem to actually punch the hole and give a chance to the back to do something. So, I don't know.
I got one more question for Alex. Did you do study this week or what's going on, mate? Just to sort of prove everyone in the comments wrong. What's going on, mate?
Well, I said similar stuff last week and got fucking killed for it. So,
it's all good, mate.
You know what? I think it's because we say it every year, but this is the first time in a long time I actually feel like we always say, "Oh, we can win it. We can win it." I don't know. There's we beat South Africa this year. We beat the Lions this year. I feel like it's building.
Yeah.
This is what we've been building to, and man, it would be so nice as a guy that's got a Kiwi family and has just been a diehard Wallabies supporter his whole life to be in New Zealand, 1, when it happens, and 2, for it to be man, how awesome would that be for Australia to be the one that beat the Hoodoo when we're the ones that probably have been on the back end of most of the losses at Eden Park? So, I'm fired up. Mate. I'm ready to go. I'll bring the boots over.
Mate, if the Wallabies actually win, can you do in the middle of the birthday party you're at? Can you just do fumble the haka? Have a crack at it? Just yeah. Thanks, mate.
No, mate, you've already pissed off the South Africans. They're going to piss off the Kiwis.
I'll bring my Wallabies jersey, but I've also got my Anzac jersey ready to go. So if it starts to fly up by the end of the game, I've got the Anzac one on to remind them. And remind everyone I've never lost a Bledisloe, but I'm a Wallabies only. Wallabies.
Yeah. Also, a reminder to everyone that we haven't hit a multi, so make sure you bet responsibly, and we're locking in the Wallabies 1-12 in the second game. All right, now Rugby World Cup wrap up. There's two more games: the third place and the grand final of the World Cup this weekend. But let's go over the semi-final. JT, the expert, you've already glazed over it earlier in the show, but takeaways and standouts from the semis.
Well, yeah, obviously Canada, they were the ones that didn't surprise most people, but it surprised me. I didn't think they would win, and in that fashion as well. They were very, very disciplined. They didn't give away a penalty until I think the 60th minute, which is unheard of in rugby. They almost played the perfect game of footy. They really suffocated the Black Ferns into submission, and by the time they made their comeback, it was already too late. So I think if Canada's forwards, if they can play like they did against the Black Ferns and really give that clean ball to Peltier, she'll be able to bring her running game into it and feed the backs to the likes of your Florence Simons and your Hogan Rochesters. So, look, England, they'll have something to say about it. They had Ellie Kildunn come back from injury, and she absolutely killed it, reigning World Player of the Year. So, mate, she'll be there at fullback, and then you got their front row of Hannah Bottoman leading that front row at loosehead there. Mate, they're a sight to see at set piece. So, I think this final will be one for the ages at Twickenham, sold out. I'm tipping an upset. How good it would be to see Canada win? I'm going Canada 1-12.
Yeah, I think everyone's jumping on the Canada bandwagon. I think everyone was surprised by the Black Ferns, but I think Canada have been the second best team for a very long time. They did dust off the Black Ferns 2 years ago as well in New Zealand, so it probably wasn't a surprise to most people, but for us sort of in this sort of region. Lex, you think, did you even catch it?
Sorry, just before you go on, Lex, sorry, just if you were watching any of the Black Ferns games throughout the tournament, yes, they were putting these teams away, but I felt like they weren't playing at their best. It was often always close at halftime against the lesser nations, and they'd always just blow them off the park in sort of the last 20. So, yeah, they didn't really get to their potential, the Black Ferns, and they just came up against a red hot Canadian team.
What do you think?
Lecky.
What do you think that was for? Like, I've been trying to sort it out because we've seen them sort of dust off everyone except those big teams. Is it they're not playing enough not playing enough games against England and Canada? They're playing a lot of games against the Wallaroos and all these teams that they just dust off. Are you saying they should?
Mate, what are you saying about the Wallaroos?
Oh, no disrespect, but they're not Canada. They're still sort of rebuilding. And the Black Ferns that's all the competition they get, so they feel like they're doing well. When they had those younger, like Hannah last year at 10, they were sort of trying all these combinations when they probably should have had Ruahe the whole time, and then sort of because in the World Cup they were chopping and changing. It's like they didn't know what their best team was.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there with them playing the lesser nations a lot, and none of the European teams as much. But also, what you just said there as well. They weren't really settled on a backline. I know they had Sorensen McGee at fullback, at wing. They didn't know if they were going to start Valcolo, Porsche. So I just think they didn't really settle on a backline. Obviously, they had Stacey Walker at centre, but they had Duplessis there who was starting. She got injured, and then you had Setafano and Sylvia Brunt. So I think they just really weren't settled on a backline. And also with that backline with Damana at 10, there was sort of no real kicking option, general play, and you often seen the Black Ferns try to run it out of their own end all the time. You see that in Super. I'll pick you with the Blues. They sort of had that game plan where they would run it from their own end. And that's going to work in that sort of competition. But at a World Cup, you need, your kickers and your playmakers there. So I just don't think that Ruhe had enough support there in that department. But, that was just my thoughts.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Alex? He was probably sleeping while the game was on.
No, all I've gathered is, from what I've read and watched a few highlights, is that Canada's got integrated all their sevens players really well, if I'm right, from what I've read. I just I'm looking from a one-eyed Wallabies fan. Why'd we not do that? So I hope that Canada wins. So that's the trajectory. I just also hate the English. And I also really don't like the Red Roses, particularly because I just feel like they're.
Do you like anyone?
No, I like Australia,
Simon
New Zealand.
Parker.
I really love South Africans. I just hate. I think they seem like very arrogant going into this World Cup. They're world number one. It'd be lovely if you see Canada, kind old Canada, knock them off.
Yeah, I think Canada's like you mentioned the sevens players, because the 15s and the sevens are sort of both in a group together. They're training together, and you probably see it with their front rowers. Canada's front rowers are pretty mobile. They're always picking and going, and not like most props, very slow. And they scrum well as well. So they're doing all the work. I think everyone's going to be on the Canada train, but England do deserve it. They haven't won a World Cup in so long because it's always been the Black Ferns. So, who are we going to go?
Well, that's the thing, Sione. Like, all the pressure is on England. Everyone's expecting England to win. They're at home. They're in front of 70,000 at Twickenham. They've been waiting for this opportunity for the last 4 years. So all the pressure is on them. Canada's got nothing to lose. They've already outperformed. So, look, I'm going Canada. Like everyone else, and I'm hoping you two are backing them as well.
Yeah, I saw enough from England sort of not putting France away comfortably to say that Canada are going to get it done in the way that Canada did play against the Black Ferns, hoping that wasn't their sort of final and they played all their good rugby in the semis. But yeah, I think Canada are going to win 1-12. Lex, are you backing, mate?
Yep, sure. Yeah, sure. Done.
So we'll lock in the Canadians 1-12 in that last one. And Pacific Nations Cup, Fiji, do it again. Samoa, they're already out of the Pacific Nations Cup, but they drew with the first leg of the qualifier against Chile. Now they travel for the second leg in Chile. Chile's home game. It didn't look good for Samoa most of the game. They clawed back in the last sort of 20 to tie it up. But, back to the champions. JT, you shout out some of your countrymen.
I thought Fiji, they were dominant. Chochi Nasobo on the wing, I thought he was brilliant all tournament. But just in that final, man, it's the same old story with Fiji. Just they blow teams away and then they just lack discipline and sort of let them back into the game. And I thought that's been our downfall for as long as I can remember, Fiji and their discipline. And we're a tier 1 nation now, so man, we can't be doing this. And Fiji is a sort of team that they play to their opposition. If they verse, Japan, they'll play a bit poorly. Whereas they play like England in a semi-final or something, they'll nearly beat them. And they did beat them and took them a couple of years ago. So if we want to be, considered a tier 1 team, which we are, we need to start building some consistency. And just with the lesser teams, once we get that lead, we just really need to put the game to bed. We can't be letting them back in because, mate, my heart couldn't take that last 10 minutes there. So, but all in all, Fiji won, so we're all happy. Congratulations to those boys.
Yeah, we're also happy in Tonga with the third place playoff, dusting off World Rugby powerhouse Canada in the third place playoff. So well done, Tokos. Proud of you guys, and watch out, World Cup in 2 years.
Did Pellegrini get a hat trick?
Yeah, mate. Our Italian,
good, mate.
Our authentic, Pellegrini there. But yeah, that was our show, guys. Make sure you roast Alex in the comments again, or praise him for his homework this week. But boys, shout outs. JT, who's your shout out for the week?
Just to Nemzi, mate. We miss you. We hope you can sort your Wi-Fi out and come back on this show because, mate, everyone's screaming for you. They want to get this white guy out. Yeah. I was joking.
Lex, shouts.
Nice. Just quick shout out. I think that was, I'm going to shout him out anyway, but I'm glad you brought it up. Fiji and discipline. Two things that never go hand in hand. But I'll tell you what, mate, it's an exciting game to watch. Love them. Love Fiji. Love South Africa. Love all my fans in South Africa. And I can't wait to see you all in the comments going hard at me.
All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks, guys, for once again getting in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts, and we'll see you guys next week. Let's go up the Wallabies.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, boys.